Oh, yeah. Come on, brother. I'm doing my best pro wrestling voice. Check this out. Trigger guard's clear, holster's clear. What would you say if I told you that I could help you manage recoil like a monster and get that done maybe in a couple months? What would you say? Would you be interested? Well, let's talk about that. Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. Today, I'm Uncle Mick, or Big Brother Mick. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm 6 feet tall, 192 pounds without a stitch of clothing on, you perverts. And there's no modification that you can do to a gun. This is basically a bone stock Glock. It's got a Miraglow sights on it and an Apex trigger. Internals are all stock. This is just the shoe, which doesn't make the gun more controllable. It makes it easier to press the trigger. By the way, Apex is the only Glock trigger I recommend. I have visited them. You can go on the channel here and look at that tour. They do substantial drop testing. Where I'm going with this, stock texture. So texturing helps. The things that we do to help us stick to the gun help, but none of that is going to change this business. The angle of the dangle and the heat of the meat. Good old-fashioned horsepower is a thing. Now, not all of us spent their youth doing things like digging ditches, running chainsaws, carrying 2x4s, swinging axes, and the like. I was fortunate enough to do that. A lot of people, they don't want to do that kind of work, that manual labor. Well, what happens when they get older is they've got a big old tum-tum and they've got some weak ass hands that I call vaginal hand syndrome. It's not a medical term, but it's a legit term. I want to be able to increase my grip strength and in do so run my gun more efficiently. Having a good grip on the gun does a few things. One, helps it shoot flatter so that you can hit targets faster. Cool! The flatter this thing shoots, the more energy is left, and this isn't about comps. There's no comp on here. This helps that leaves more energy to cycle the slide and allow it to go back into battery, thus making the firearm shoot more reliably. As we get flippy, blink, 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 it is very easy, especially for these semi-auto guns with lights and dots and all that stuff on them, slowing them down. It is very easy for that gun to short stroke, fail to extract and to feed, etc., etc. So the more I can hold this gun flat, the more energy is left to reciprocate the gun so that the gun's going to do what I need it to do. And why do we carry the guns? To support us winning in violence. Why? Because I want to live a long, full life. You know what else will help me live a long, full life? Having good grip strength. This is a gift I got from a range the other day. It is a 34-pound piece of stone, older than mankind most likely. It's about 5 inches thick. I've got that. I've got a 4-inch block. I've got a cinder block right here. Cinder block. And I have got a Sorinex sandbag, and this one weighs about 70 pounds. I have filled it up. I want to talk a little bit about how we can get that grip strength boosted up and how you can run your gun like a monster. Let's dig in. So here's the thing. There's not something for nothing. You cannot just will yourself to have more grip strength. Something as simple as picking up and carrying, i.e. a farmer's carry. Isn't it funny too that we mimic the work of a farmer because our lives have become so sedentary? We mimic the work of a farmer or a carpenter, or we swing a sledgehammer like we're in jail on a chain gang to try to build the muscles that nature intended for us to have, but our jobs and sedentary lifestyle is robbed from us. Anyway, farmer carry. Pick it up. Good erect spine, not poor alignment. When I pick this stuff up, you guys know the routine. Bend, erect spine. I'm not bent over. I've got an erect spine. I'm going to pick this thing up and I'm going to carry it. I can carry single-handed or double-handed. I can carry with equal loads or unequal loads. But I need to get my fingers doing some work. I just grabbed these couple of items that I showed you, and I like stuff like this. You can go to probably any landscape supply house, any stone yard, and you can work on these. This is about a 40-pound block, 38 pounds, something like that. And I can just pick this up and I can carry it. I can do some overhead presses with it using good spine and body alignment. And of course, guys, if you're gonna drop the thing on your head, start with something lighter. This sandbag, same thing. I can pick it up from the various straps that this sand mine has, or I can work on pinch strength, and I can pinch this bag, which is not using the handles, and I can work on that grip strength. That big stone is perfect for that. If you got yourself a piece of pipe, sturdy pipe, I've got a piece of 1.5 inch PVC. I'm not going to overload it, but this piece of 1.5 inch PVC is perfect to do some off balance work here. I'm going to take a cinder block. I'm going to feed the pipe through there, and I can carry this in my farmer carry fashion, or I can do overhead presses. Now, this is not much of a grip strength exercise from this position, except I am having to control that. Now, look, guys, this isn't an exercise or workout video. I'm just trying to give you some ideas that you don't need fancy gym equipment. You don't need to go and really buy anything. A block is a couple bucks. A sandbag is nice to have, and it's a little bit more money. They'll last you a long time. But we all have stuff like this laying around. You don't need fancy. What you need is get after itness, which I can't sell you. I can't give you. You have to get up and you have to do it. Do some push-ups on your fingertips. If you're not strong enough to do that yet, I'll do some right here on this block for you. If you're not strong enough to do it, oh, it's so hard. No, it's not. If it is too hard, put your knees down and do them off your knees. Once you get used to it, you're going to start to make your hands stronger. You're going to make your body stronger. You are going to increase your longevity. You're going to increase the ability to shoot because your grip is not going to wear out as quickly in training. You're going to increase your ability to dominate the gun. You're going to increase your survivability. You're going to make it more fun to train because you're going to get better results on the target. And you know why else you want to do this? Because chicks dig it. This is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. Let's get veiny together. Let's make veiny forearms great again. You guys understand I'm being facetious here and having a good time being a smart aleck, but there is no substitute for good old-fashioned moving heavy things around. Get after it. Check out our classes, CarryTrainer.com, CarryTrainer.com. We've got classes all over the country yet this year. Knoxville, Tennessee, East Coast, West Coast, California. We've got the big S12 event with only single-digit spots left, 6 or 7 spots left at that event. I want to hang out with you. I want to get some work done. I want to train. I want to tell bad jokes. I want to have a good time. Let's do it. Bye now. Oh, hey, let's get some. I can't believe this dude's doing a pose down on the YouTube. More recoil control. Consider holding on to it with good pressure. Don't be a bitch.